Is Kizaru stronger than Aokiji? The three original admirals in the One Piece story, and I'm talking about pre-time skipped. And we saw Akainu, and Akainu himself, that man is a monster. I've done tons of videos supporting and defending Akainu because Akainu is a very hated character, and a lot of people get emotional when talking about Akainu, so they really are biased when it comes to Akainu. But I respect Akainu's power, yo. He's very powerful as a character. I believe he's the strongest amongst the original admirals. Just a personal opinion. Some people disagree. And I say this mostly because the whole situation with him and Whitebeard and Marineford and other inclinations that I've discussed in many videos, even the How Strong Akainu video, go check that video out. But today's video is not about the current fleet admiral. It's about Aokiji and Kizaru. And this is a heavily debate in the community because a lot of people, when it comes to Akainu, there's more of a sway. And Kizaru is more of a sway. But Aokiji and Kizaru, it's a really controversial discussion because it's kind of 50-50. I see 50% say Aokiji, 50% say Kizaru when I look at the One Piece community, the comment section, and other media. So I definitely feel like this video might be controversial what I say at the end, but this is going to be a very tough one when discussing who is stronger. And in this corner, okay, there's not no boxing match, there's not no Hajime no Ippo, reference to that anime, but we have Aokiji, the ex-Marine. Yes, he has left the Marine after the whole situation that I will discuss further in this video. He's now a wanderer of some sort, kind of reminds you of this series Rurouni Kenshin, but he's just chilling, hopping on. I don't know what that is it a penguin? I'm not too sure, but yeah, he's just chilling in the new world. So definitely Aokiji. There's ties to Blackbeard. There's definitely ties there that a lot of people have seen. And I'll be honest here, when it comes to Aokiji, he seems to have a special relationship with Garp, because we've seen in a flashback, Aokiji is always following Garp, and Aokiji didn't kill Luffy because Luffy's relationship with Garp. So I definitely see Aokiji and Garp under Garp's tutelage. That's what I believe Aokiji is. And then we have Kizaru, and a lot of people make the joke that Kizaru is high of some sort and that he's really just enjoying life. He's too chill, and he has been in the Marines for a long time. We know he joined the Marines initially with Akainu, and they are both considered monsters, and that's what a lot of people say from that statement, that Kizaru and Akainu are equal. And I personally said, like I said, I'm not going to go against it. I said that my personal opinion, Akainu is the strongest, but I still respect Kizaru's power and strength. And when it comes to Kizaru and his relationship with a Marine from the prior era, I see Sengoku as the Marine. We've seen a couple of situations where he's with Sengoku and they're having that discussion, even his younger days. So I definitely feel like Sengoku was that one who was under that tutelage. I may be wrong. Yes, now there is the situation of Z, and I will do a video on Z because Kizaru was under the tutelage of Z, but I think Sengoku was another person who he was under the tutelage of the former fleet admiral. Now, a reason why people say Aokiji is the weakest of the original admirals is because of his performance in Marineford. And you're probably thinking, what am I talking about? Well, we've seen the situation with him going against Whitebeard. A lot of people said that he did the worst against Whitebeard. And a lot of people are really tough on him getting a hit, Jozu getting a hit on him, the 3rd Division commander. People are like, whoa, Aokiji was bleeding. So a lot of people are very hesitant to put Aokiji as the strongest or even second strongest original Marine admiral because of his performance in Marineford. People say he did the worst amongst the admirals at that time. And here's my take on Aokiji in Marineford. Yes, against Whitebeard, if you just look at it the first time, it looks like he did the worst. But honestly, against Whitebeard, I don't think he did the worst, actually. We've seen situations of him freezing Whitebeard's tsunami that he caused. We see situation of him freezing Whitebeard, though Whitebeard broke out of it because he is a monster. And we've seen situations of Whitebeard stabbing him, and Aokiji, I don't know if it has to do with observation haki, that's my guess right now, but people say his Devil Fruit. But yeah, he maneuvering his Devil Fruit so he doesn't get stabbed by Whitebeard. And people are like, whoa, Aokiji got stabbed by haki, and he's like, no, are you dumb? Like, so Aokiji, even after that, he tried to attack Whitebeard, and then Jozu comes in with that hit, and Jozu makes him bleed, but it was kind of a blind hit. Like, he wasn't really seeing Jozu because he was dealing with the freaking monster Whitebeard. And then we have another situation of Jozu in the actual fight against Aokiji. Yes, he was distracted, but Aokiji still took off Jozu's arm. And people say, oh, okay, let's be honest here, Jozu took a hit on Aokiji, but you could say Aokiji got his arm. So they both blind shotted each other when they were not paying attention. and Aokiji got the most out of his blind shot. So I definitely feel like you can't really disrespect Aokiji on the Marineford performance. And then there's Kizaru and his Marineford performance. And let's be honest here, Kizaru and his Marineford performance, he was untouchable. Like, he, out of everyone, even Akainu, like, he had not that much damages. And I'll be honest here, Kizaru was looking clean. He was looking mad clean. And this Marineford performance, a lot of people said, oh, this guy is definitely the most powerful amongst the original admirals. With the situation of Marineford against Marco, the first division commander, people see him as the right-hand man. I think he is the first right-hand man right now when it comes to Whitebeard and his crew. Like I said, right now, because right now he's actually leading them. And actually, he's not even leading them. He's just chilling by himself, depressed. But Marco versus Kizaru, Marco kicked him into the freaking wall. And then we had the situation of Kizaru getting Onigimo, a vice admiral, with the crazy fruit power of his hair to give sea stone cuffs to Marco. And then Kizaru took him out, but really didn't take him out because then Marco did get out those sea stone cuffs. But I do want to say this. Against Whitebeard, the situation of him trolling Whitebeard, people say, whoa, he's trolling Whitebeard and he's going against Marco easily. So Kizaru is definitely someone who is the strongest out of the original admirals. But there was a moment and situation which I think a lot of people have looked at Kizaru in a lesser light, and I will talk about in the video. Before I talk about that though, Aokiji versus Akainu, the 10-day war. Yes, in the Marineford performance, a lot of people say Aokiji did the worst, but after that Marineford performance, he went up against Akainu. People said that he did the best in Marineford for 10 days, and it was a crazy even battle that changed the environment of an island, Punk Hazard. So Aokiji was definitely looking better in many people's eyes, and this is where Aokiji's people said Aokiji is the one who was very respectable in his power and is definitely stronger than Kizaru. People have said this after the Aokiji versus Akainu fight. This definitely makes him look at least the second strongest, and this is the fight that people say that he is definitely above Kizaru and his power. And a situation where Kizaru looked amazing in the Marineford War, but this situation in the actual Marineford War, people said, whoa, Kizaru, what is happening? Is when Kizaru shows fear to Ben Beckman, a right-hand man to a Yonko. Not even a Yonko, a right-hand man to a Yonko. And I'm gonna give you my take right now. When it comes to the community, I disagree with a lot of people on certain topics, and I personally feel like this is one of the topics where I disagree with most people on it. People say Kizaru was scared. I think Kizaru was trolling, and the reason why I say Kizaru was trolling is because in the anime, okay, it doesn't look like he's trolling. If you read the manga, it's literally 1 second after Kizaru says, oh, Ben Beckman. Oh, he was very shook, Ben Beckman, right? Literally 1 second after that, Kizaru attacks Luffy in the submarine. And you know what Ben Beckman says? This is the most important thing. You know what Ben Beckman says after 1 second later, seeing Kizaru do this? He says, oh, Kizaru still attacked. In other words, Ben Beckman saying, even though I got him and I stopped him for a second, he still attacked, pretty much ignoring what I just said. So definitely shows that Kizaru, he was not scared of Ben Beckman. He was definitely just in a situation where Ben Beckman maybe had the upper hand, or he was trolling him, because 1 second later Kizaru still attacked the submarine. So this is my take. A lot of people disagree with me. I understand it. This is a very big community. That One Piece greatness, so many different fans, and that's why I love this community, because there's so many different opinions and we can debate for so long. Now, continuing discussing Kizaru, we have the Battle of Rayleigh. Yes, Rayleigh, the former right-hand man to the Pirate King. Well, I can't really, I was say, right-hand man to the Pirate King, and he's in old age right now. He's not in his prime, and he was battling Kizaru. And a lot of people said that Kizaru said that, whoa, I can't take you out, Rayleigh. I'm gonna need so much more help. But actually, Kizaru does not say this. If you read the official translation for One Piece, Kizaru says that I'm going to need more ways than one to actually capture you, or the Marines are going to need more ways than one to actually capture you. In other words, he just said the same thing that Garp said earlier. Garp said when they told Garp, oh, Rayleigh's on Sabaody or Shabundi, I'm not too sure how you pronounce it, Garb's like, okay, definitely we can't go against two legends at the same time. He's always pretty much saying, yo, a guy of this status, Rayleigh, you're gonna need more ways than one to capture him. You saw the battle of Aokiji and Akainu, how long it went. You think Kizaru's gonna fight Rayleigh? It's gonna be a very tough situation where you gotta use strategies and crazy stuff. So definitely more ways than one. I have nothing against Kizaru from saying that, and I definitely feel like the Kizaru Rayleigh fight is a controversial topic, which I've discussed in the past. So if you've seen me discuss it, then you know my take on it. But let's move on. Yes, we were not talking about Kizaru Rayleigh, we're talking about Aokiji and Kizaru. My personal take on the actual original admirals, and I'm talking about Akainu Sakazuki, I'm talking about Aokiji Kuzan, and I'm talking about Kizaru Borsalino. These are my take on the admirals. I believe the admiral who's the best when it comes to using his fruit is Kizaru. And the reason why I say this is because just the fact that we've seen it, how hacked his fruit is, light, like speed, glints of light. I'll just say right now, the speed of light, so many crazy stuff. He's definitely, for me personally, has the most impressive usage of his fruit. I think it's very great. Now, when it comes to the strongest armament haki of the original admirals, I have to give it to Akainu. Akainu showcased when Marco and Vista were trying to come at him. They couldn't touch him even though they used haki. And he's like, oh, haki's so annoying. I believe that was because his armament haki surpassed theirs and they couldn't even come close to his. So that's just my take on this. People disagree. And then we have Aokiji. My personal opinion is Aokiji observation haki is his specialty because when Whitebeard stabbed him with haki, he made a hole in his back. I think he predicted Whitebeard about to stab him and he made a hole in his using his fruit, and I believe that was because his observation haki is amazing, and that's my take on it. Now, when it comes to the final thoughts of Kizaru and Aokiji, Kizaru is a character who uses speed, and we saw Rayleigh get some advantages in the Kizaru fight using observation haki, predicting where he would go. And we know there's a foreshadowing battle between Sanji and Kizaru. I believe this is a foreshadowing battle because we've seen it in the openings and other situations where I believe it's Sanji, his specialty is observation haki. In the end of the story, I believe Sanji might go against Kizaru. I personally believe Aokiji's specialty is observation haki. Now, there's not a lot of concrete evidence, but in my personal opinion, looking at all the things in the past, I will believe that Aokiji is stronger than Kizaru. Just by a little bit, and they can go either way. Even though I believe Aokiji is stronger, I wouldn't be surprised if Kizaru beats him. That's how close the original admirals are. Now, I will say this. The loss of a leg by Aokiji, some people say he might have had disadvantage. I believe he's lost his leg during the time skip. He's had at least 1 year, I believe 1 year or 2 years to actually get used to not having a leg. And the fact that he's a low gear user, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say that the loss of the leg won't affect his ability. I may be wrong. We know Shanks is a character where Oda said himself that Shanks is still very powerful even though he has one arm, in the sense that he did not lose any strength even though he has one arm. So I think that Aokiji is stronger than Kizaru, but it's very close. A lot of people might get angry at this, but it's just our personal opinion. Yo, you guys know that I can never hide my personal opinion. I can never lie to you and try to cater to you because I gotta tell the truth. If I don't tell the truth, why am I even discussing One Piece for this long? I've been discussing One Piece for so long that I always gotta, I made some videos where a lot of people disagree with me and I got a lot of dislikes, but you have to put your personal opinion out there and it creates a conversation, a discussion in the comment section. So I can't wait to read the comments on this video. You're gonna see me in the comment section for a little bit, talking to some people about these actual Kizaru Aokiji, what's their thoughts. And yo, I'm telling you right now, yo, gang, let's get it, yo, lasagna. Like and share if you enjoyed, like and share all if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more One Piece content. I'm the LegendMac, and I'm gone.